Hi, it's Max. Welcome to the Art of the Craft. It's a little cold outside, so we thought we'd make a nice warm soup for everybody. Today specifically, we're going to be making a cream of shiitake mushroom soup. It's a cream-based soup, and just about every one of these soups has the same basic ingredient. Okay, you ready? Let's get cooking. Mushrooms. This is the main star of this soup. The shiitake mushrooms here are going to be cut into little tiny pieces and blended eventually into the soup. I also have a second kind, the cremini mushrooms. That's just going to add a little different flavor. So the two of those together are going to be our mushroom base. Also, we have just a regular yellow Yukon potato. We'll peel and saute that off with some garlic, a yellow onion, and some leeks. So that's really all there is to this soup. The mushrooms are going to be the main thing that changes. If you wanted to switch it up for a pea and mint soup, you would just switch out peas for the mushrooms, but your potatoes and onions, the leeks, all of that stays the same. The liquids are going to be a chicken stock that I've made earlier and some cream. Also, lots of butter. That's the key. So the base of the soup is the same. Our aromatics, like our leeks and our garlic, are going to get cut up. We're going to have a potato and a yellow onion. So we'll dice those up. And as I mentioned earlier, since it's all going in a blender, you don't have to be so precise with the cutting. Everything is ready to go. We've cut all of our vegetables up and we're ready to start cooking. Now, I've got a hot pan over here. The way you know which order to use your vegetables is by which one takes the longest to cook. So in this case, the potatoes will take the longest, then the onions, then the mushrooms and leeks and everything else. You're going to also notice that I don't add any liquid at this point. That's because we're going to blend it all together into a nice creamy soup, and we'll slowly add in the liquid so that we can control the consistency of the soup better, okay? So let's head over here and we're going to start. Take a look at this. Two things chefs told me: always have sharp knives and always start with a hot pan. So, hot pan. All right, potatoes are good. Next up are the onions. Same thing, hot pan, onions good to go. Okay, now that we have those, it's time for the mushrooms and the leeks. Okay, it's been about 5 or 10 minutes and we've let the vegetables kind of sweat down. I did go to my garden and I found some fresh thyme, so I thought that would be nice in there. So we can take this and throw it in at this time. Since it's a more delicate herb, you don't want to cook it straight from the beginning. And then lastly, I have a little bit of brandy here. So a little bit for the chef, and then a little bit for the soup. So we've sauteed all of our vegetables and now it's time to actually blend it into a soup. So the first step is add everything into the blender. I have started using these high power blenders. Don't worry, Vitamix is not paying me for any endorsements. But once you use one of these things, you'll never go back. So the vegetable goes in there. Let's add our liquid, our soup. This is just chicken broth that I made earlier. Get it blending. Now that is a blender. So let's give this a try. Pretty good to start with. Next step is to slowly add in the cream. So here's a little half and half. Same thing, quickly blend. Take a look in there. Okay, let's try it one more time. Adjust for seasoning if we have to. Still missing something, but I know what it is. A lot of butter. Plop that in, one last hit, and we're good to go. So let's make sure to make this pretty. I've got a little bit of extra virgin olive oil here. Got a little bit of balsamic, beautiful. A few croutons. I always like to put what you're eating on there. There you go. Cream of mushroom soup. It's a lot easier than you think. See you next time. What is common through here? This is the... I'm just going to do that. So let's wait, and I'm going to...
That sizzles, that sizzles.
Now let's tackle...